dividing a piece into sections and working on each section individually with a lot of repetition and care, and then putting the pieces back together again, is a tried and true practice strategy. I call this caterpillars, I think, because it kind of reminds me of a wonderful children's book called The Very Hungry Caterpillar. This caterpillar ate a lot of green leaves, and every time he had another meal, he got fatter and fatter, and so his sections are really big like that. And of course, in the end, he turns into a beautiful butterfly. So I think of each of my little sections as part of that caterpillar, and I also hope that my product will be beautiful like a butterfly in the end. I want to add just a little couple of things to this sort of process. One of them is, I remember when I was doing this when I was a student, maybe I would take a line of music or 2 measures of music and go over and over and over and over. The problem with that is that there was no musical value to that. It was a strictly mechanical operation because I wasn't thinking about the phrase or really listening for it. So what I would like to suggest is that we make our choices more intelligently than I used to, and actually think about them in a musical way. For example, in this excerpt from Beethoven's Sonata Opus 49, number 2, I've already done some mapping in this, so I know that, for example, there are lots of D major scales. There's one. Here's another one, almost the same, but listen to the ending. C natural instead of C sharp. Here's a third one, the same exact scale with, again, another ending. So I decided that I would use that scale as a beginning for several of my sections. But there's also another section that starts with an upward scale. If you look at the first 2 measures and compare them to the second 2 measures, you can see it's just about the same thing, kind of opposite. Each time has those 4 quarter notes finishing it. So those are going to be 2 sections. Now the next one, here's our scale going down. There's the 4 quarter notes, and this one has something new. So I will add that on. That makes my phrase. The first 2 sections are each 2 measures long. This one is 3 measures long. The next section is also 3 measures long. Basically, this time I go up, left hand, cadence pattern, and there's the beginning to the final section. Finally, I like to do this backup. I like to combine different practice tips. And one of my favorites is always backup. So instead of actually practicing this from beginning to end, what I would do is start at the end section and then add number 2, then number 3, number 4, and number 5. Once I've worked that all the way through, this caterpillar is going to be very fat, and let's hope that he actually turns into a beautiful butterfly. I'm Nancy O'Neill Breath, and these are effective practice tips. Try them.